everyone!
Hey guys!
So today we're going to be talking about how we planned our Disney Fairytale wedding. I know that when we were planning our wedding, we were just so excited. We were constantly trying to find videos about people who maybe have had Disney weddings in the past or were planning a wedding.
Didn't that show come out like right around the time we were planning everything?
Oh, Disney Fairytale Weddings? We love that show. I'm not sure exactly when it came out, but that's when we started watching it. And so we started watching that. We were watching random YouTube videos. We were like obsessed with YouTube, especially me. When he was playing Xbox, that's what I would be doing. So from the very beginning, I knew that I wanted a Disney wedding. I just knew that I wanted that Cinderella Coach with the 6 white mini horses, and it's just, we sort of planned our wedding around that. Like when I was talking to my dad about the budget, I didn't really, whatever the budget was, I would have worked around that. We need to cut 10 people, okay, you're out. Like that's just what was important.
And then another thing we did, obviously, is we had a smaller wedding so that we could afford this.
We did have a smaller wedding, but after watching a lot of Disney weddings, it actually seemed like it was a decent size for a destination wedding. I think our total count was on the bill was 36 guests.
Huh. I thought it was closer to 40. That's cool.
Originally it was 40. Well, originally it was going to be 20, and then it just kind of started growing and growing, and then we 40, and then we cut a couple people, or they couldn't make it for whatever reason, so 36 was the final count. Honestly, I kept waiting for that part where I was going to be freaking out, you know, like Bridezilla, like stressed out. The only part that was a little bit stressful for me was trying to plan the room block for the hotels. So Disney will set aside however many room nights you want for each hotel. So how it goes is you pick 3 hotels from the sheet that they send you. We picked the deluxe resort, one middle resort, I can't remember what it's called, and one budget resort. Is that what they're technically called? Anyway, a cheap, a middle, and a high. Okay, yeah. We stayed at the Yacht Club Resort, which is our favorite Disney resort, definitely.
That's easy.
We stayed there because we got married at Seabreeze Point, which obviously Boardwalk would have been closer, but it's just when we went to visit for the bridal show at Disney, just walking into the Yacht Club, we were like, wow, this is where we want to stay. So we chose that as one of the hotels. We chose New Orleans Riverside as another hotel because my mom brought her 2 dogs, so we needed to find a hotel that would accept dogs. And Yacht Club would have, but she didn't want to spend $400 and something a night. So she spent, I think her room ended up costing her like $200, something like that per night. They do give you a little discount, which is great. And then the 3rd resort we picked was the All-Star Movies Resort. That's where a majority of the people stayed. But the stressful part about that was you have to give Disney a number of nights. It doesn't matter which hotel they stay at. Like you don't have to say 20 at All-Star, 5 at Yacht Club, whatever. Just a total number of nights. So I think we started with 60, but the stressful part was trying to speak to everybody and be like, how many nights are you going to stay? Are you and so getting separate rooms? Are you going to be staying an extra night because you're at Disney? Are you only going to stay this amount of night because you're going to want to leave early? That was the stressful part. So I think and then you have a deadline when you can lower your number of nights, and then I think it's by like 20% or something. And the Yacht Club is just, I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. Sorry. This just stabbed me.
The cat is under the desk in my yoga wheel.
And he attacked my foot.
Yes. So, the final bill for the wedding was $30,063.97. I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
I think we also Googled like the average wedding price, and it's right around that. So I mean, it's not like, because I remember when we first like started talking about it with our parents, like my parents, for example, they like freaked out even though they're not paying for it. They were like, Disney, how much is that gonna be? Like everybody, I feel like everybody had the same reaction towards that.
I mean, what they don't understand is Disney will work with any sort of budget. They have different packages. What you want to spend, you can spend, $10,000, $5,000 and go get married at Disney. You could spend, obviously, $200,000 and go get married at Disney. Yeah. They really do work with any sort of budget, and they're great no matter what your budget is. And everything about our wedding was absolutely perfect.
Yes, it was.
I can't recommend everybody we used enough. The photographers, our wedding planner, and I'll put everybody's names down in the description below so that you can reference them for yourselves. Yes. Our wedding planner, I don't know what I would do without her. She, like I said, planning a wedding from Colorado that's going to be in Florida, it wasn't even stressful at all. I didn't stress out at all. We only saw everything when we went for the bridal show. And we just we already knew we wanted Seabreeze Point.
Yeah.
So we just kind of went to Seabreeze Point. We didn't even go to the wedding pavilion, which is beautiful, but we just love the boardwalk and the water so much. We spoke with the different reps there, and they were talking to us about the budget, because going into it, we had no idea how much it was going to cost. We didn't know that they really do work with every budget. We were just my dad's like, we'll go there and see. We'll go there and see, in his Greek accent. And
Soga.
So we spoke with the rep, and he brought us this little sheet with like a sample wedding, and on that the sample was like 17,000 and change, and we were like, wow, okay, this is happening. Obviously, we went up from there. We to save some money, we did do a brunch, which worked out because getting married outside in the morning would have been much better than the afternoon.
Price and weather-wise.
Yes, exactly. We got married at 9:30 in the morning. 9 o'clock? 9:30 in the morning?
9:30.
And then we had our brunch, and we did add on a few last minute.
May I have the rings?
Expenses, such as the major domo. The major domo was, let me just look at my cheat sheet here. Where are you? $975. Which, I mean, I guess it's a lot, but I thought it was worth it. It just added to the whole Disney princess feel. To have your rings brought down the aisle in a glass slipper.
Yeah, so I mean, he honestly didn't really do much. He kind of just, like she said, he just like walked the rings down the aisle to us on like a little pillow with a glass slipper on top.
But that's enough.
But also the cool thing was he like introduced everybody at the reception, which was pretty cool.
Which we didn't even really get to see that until afterwards when we watched the video. So we did see him obviously bring the rings down the aisle. He got everybody together when it was time to do our little bubble send-off. He was like, okay, everybody here, whatever. Yeah. And he had a very loud projecting voice, which, and just his outfit, everything was just perfect. So he got everybody where they needed to be. He and like watching the videos, we really got to like enjoy his presence. As our carriage is pulling down the boardwalk, he steps behind it and like kind of does a little bow, and then also he was there at the pre-reception. He was with everybody mingling and hanging out and everything. We didn't see that either. And then he introduced everybody, and he, Cinderella and Prince Charming. I recommend him. I mean, unless your budget is very, very, very strict, obviously that's one thing that is not a necessity, but I loved it.
And then one thing that we also did to save money to go towards her carriage and the major domo was we kind of went lighter on the flowers and the floral.
Yes, so for us, we were just kind of like, flowers are least important to us. Like, I did my bouquet big and, the greenery and everything, but like everybody else is walking down the aisle, they were kind of small. So our flower budget was only, like $1,800?
Yeah,
Let me
$1,760.
see. Our flower budget was $1,874. That's not a lot of money for wedding flowers at all, so we kind of saved money there. And then the Cinderella's carriage was $3,850, but you get it for 3 hours. So it picked me up at the yacht club all the way on the other side of the boardwalk, and we got to ride in it all the way. And that entrance, everybody.
It was we. I got to ride.
My father and me. You rode in it after.
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
My father and myself rode in it to Seabreeze, and like the people who didn't know, they were just like, "Oh, where's Cassie? Where is she?" Because we were running a little bit late. And then they see the carriage, and it was just a nice surprise for everybody. And just being in that carriage, like, that's just something you never forget. And then it waits during the ceremony. You get the carriage for 3 hours. It waits, and then we pulled off in it, and we took 1,000,000 pictures with the carriage.
Yeah.
The pictures, the video.
We got to meet the mini horses.
Oh, yes, we got to meet each horse. I remember sitting there with my dad and the guy in control of the coach. I was like, "Can I pet the horses before all this is over?" And he said, "Sure." So he arranged a meeting with the ponies. We got to meet each of them. There was Gus, Ladybug. Ladybug was pregnant. I don't remember the other horses' names.
I don't either.
But yeah, and it was just so perfect. I really can't recommend that enough. Definitely worth planning your wedding around that price.
Yeah.
Like we said, the brunch saved a little bit of money, but like at the end, my dad was like, "Well, why didn't you do dinner?" And I was like, "Because it would have been so and so more." He's like, "So what?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, now you tell us."
Yeah, right.
But it was cool because we had a mimosa and Bloody Mary bar, and also an open bar, and I really can't recommend Disney enough. Like everything was absolutely perfect. I was not stressed out at all. Our wedding planner handled everything perfectly. She was amazing. Our photographers were the best ever, and we'll use our photographers for a lifetime. Our videographers, and like I said, I'll link everybody in the description below. The video was perfect. Our reverend, he was amazing. We got so many compliments even on him. The DJ, everybody had so much fun. Everybody, like almost everybody was dancing. Everybody was just having so much fun. He got almost everybody up on the dance floor. He had them doing these different dances, and my mom was like, my mom's not really a big dancer, but she was like, "I want everybody to have fun and to dance, and I request this song." She requested the cha-cha slide. She was having so much fun. Everybody, it was just a fun wedding. And sometimes, like, when you're at a wedding and you see like 3 people on the dance floor, sometimes nobody, it's like, okay, then. But he was amazing also. They do have a lot of different venues. You know, the wedding pavilion.
Really?
The wedding pavilion is the most popular. They obviously Seabreeze. You can get married in Epcot, at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, you can get married right in front of the castle.
That's what I wanted at first.
What is it, 50,000?
That's what I wanted at first, but I think it starts at $50,000, not including food and everything else to add.
That's just strictly for the venue itself.
And you have to get married at like midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning when the park's closed. Which, if we had the money, I mean, I would have done that in a heartbeat. Maybe for our 10-year vow renewal. But yeah, they have a number of different venues, and if you're thinking about a Disney Fairytale wedding, I really recommend going to the bridal show, because that's where we learned everything. But we kind of crammed everything because we had never been to Disney World before. I had only been to Disneyland. So when we went there, we went on a weekend.
During spring break.
Yes, and we didn't even realize it was during spring break. It was on a Saturday, so we took Friday off from work. Flew in. My brother actually lives in Fort Lauderdale, so we stayed with him, which that was fun. And then we drove up to Disney. I think it took us about 3 hours. By the time we got into Disney, because the lines were horrendous. It was a Saturday. It was spring break. I don't even remember like what rides we rode. We were so.
I think we did like 1 ride because we waited like 2 hours for it.
Then we had to get a bus over to the yacht club where the bridal show was. And then just by the time we got into there, we were just so much in a rush. We were like, okay, what do we need to do? We'll try some cake. We'll go talk to the rep, see if we can even manage this. We'll go to Seabreeze. Okay, now back to the parks. And it was just really, like, if you can take a day and really enjoy the bridal show, that's what I wish we could have done differently. I also wish that we could have taken the time to fly out back to Florida and meet in person with the wedding planner, taste the cake, the food.
Yeah.
But we were saving all of our time off for the wedding, so we didn't really. I mean, we probably could have managed. We would just been like, okay, we're leaving, whatever. But honestly, not doing that, it didn't mess anything up or make us feel stressed. It just would have been nice to do.
Yeah.
So I'll just run through everything, how much everything ended up costing. Let's see, okay. The bar total was $2,171.06, which I don't think that was bad. It was open bar plus a mimosa Bloody Mary bar. Catering fees and equipment, $490.97. Catering, food, and beverage, $5,027.53. Entertainment, which is Cinderella's Coach and the Major Domo, and I'm not sure what else. Maybe the DJ.
Yeah.
Everything came to $6,360. Florist, $1,874.40. Photography, video, and multimedia, $9,591. That's another thing we wanted to spend a lot on because we wanted, since we couldn't get married in front of the castle, we wanted to do that photo shoot before Magic Kingdom opens to the public. That's another thing I can't recommend enough. I mean, just being in the park before anybody else with your photographer and getting to put your wedding attire back on and get all pretty and everything again.
Yeah.
And just to have those pictures in front of the castle. We were there kind of a weird time. We were married October 29th, so our photography session was October 30th in the morning. So it was still at a time when I think we had to be there at 6. It was still just really dark, and I guess thinking back on it, if it was going to be that dark, I wish that the castle would have been decorated with the lights. So if we went maybe like a month later or so, or even a couple weeks.
Yeah, with the Christmas lights.
Yeah, or even a different time of year when it was lighter out. But as a Disney couple, you can go back at any time and reschedule the shoot. So if you have a few $1,000s you want to spend, we're actually planning on doing that. Either when the Christmas lights are on the castle or at a time when it's lighter during the day. Another thing that made us go even earlier was that they had the magic hours that day. So the park opened an hour earlier to the public.
Unfortunately. Yeah, because like right at the end of our shoot session, it started to finally light up outside.
Yeah, and that's when people were there and we were leaving,
So we got a few pictures where it's brighter out, but...
Yeah. Which, even dark, the pictures are just amazing. And we'll be back to do some more lighter photos. Okay, so that was another thing we budgeted for, the photography and the video, along with Cinderella Carriage. Transportation was only $346.68, so that was just the limo picking the wedding party and some guests up from their hotel and bringing them to Seabreeze. Like I said, for a total of $3,063.97.
30,000.
Sorry. Like I said,
I wish it was 3,000.
Like I said, for a total of $30,000. No. Like I said, for a total of $30,063.97.
Perfect.
If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions as best we can. Maybe get you in touch with the people who helped us, the different vendors and people we use, and the people who helped us out along the way. Hair and makeup, I actually brought my own crew.
Yeah.
I have the best hair and makeup girls. I can't recommend them enough either. They're out here in Colorado, but they do travel. So if you're looking for perfect hair and makeup, let me know and I'll get you in touch with them.
They did my makeup as well?
Yeah, they did. They did some, like foundation or something?
Yeah, like maybe some powder. I don't know.
Something.
Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Is there like a website or something that people can go to look at the options? Or
Yes, you can definitely go to Disney Fairytale's website. I'll also link that in the description below. Another thing that they're just amazing with, is, besides everything, they send you all these attachments, and I kept everything. So in this binder, like I printed out everything because I like to be organized, and for me that's fun. Printing everything out, looking at it, going through everything. Just different, like from the very beginning, they'll send you. What?
I was gonna talk about how like they sent us those cool little gifts.
Oh yeah.
Like they sent me these little metal, I don't know what they're called, but they go on like the collar of your button-down shirt. And what they send you, I forgot. They
sent me this cute little charm that goes on your flower bouquet. I don't have them with me. We'll take pictures of them and put them up. No, not cufflinks.
They go in the collar.
Yeah, it said Prince Charming. Collar stiffs, collar stays, maybe. This is the box it came in. It was so cute. And then in here, so the charm holder is what they sent me for the bouquet, and oh, a little shoe bag. The shoe bag.
Shoe bag. I don't know.
Yeah, it's down here. This little bag for your shoes. Cinderella is proof that a new pair of shoes can change your life. So
it's really squeaky.
They sent me that along with a charm to go in my bouquet.
All I got was one thing.
Well, I noticed other people got socks. Other grooms received socks.
I would have liked to have socks.
Disney Fairytale Wedding socks, but you never got those.
I think that's all I got, or the neck.
Collar stays. I was right. Collar stays. Yeah, and they said Prince Charming, and it was so cute. And we got that little coin as well that Joe sent us. The very first rep we spoke to, he was amazing as well. We met him at the bridal show. So everything they send you is just so detailed. I mean, sample food and wine beverage pricing. So stuff you would probably get with any wedding venue, but I mean, Disney's just the best. Room block information, how do I start the process. They also give you an Excel sheet to help with planning. I don't even know if I use the spreadsheet. I mean, I guess I did to fill in at the very end. It looks like we booked 49 rooms at the All-Star Movies Resort, 12 nights at the Port Orleans Resort Riverside, and that's not right. 3 nights at the Yacht Club. We stayed a total of 8 nights at the Yacht Club. So this is just for reference. We changed that up a bit. I don't know if you can see that, but the room rate for the Yacht Club was $402 per night. We actually did a little upgrade for the water view. The room rate for Port Orleans Riverside was $197, and the room rate for All Stars Movies Resort was $108, which is really good.
Is that including the discount price? Or?
That is the discount price.
What was it, like 10% or something?
I don't remember, honestly.
And then they also gave us a discount on park tickets, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We also got discounted park tickets.
It wasn't a giant discount though. What was it? Like 10?
It might have been the same what Florida residents pay for them, I think. They send you all sorts of pictures, just all these different pictures and everything, and I'm not going to go through all of them because it's a ton, and you could probably find a lot of it on Pinterest. This is our first sample budget that we got at the bridal show. I'm not sure if you can see that. When we spoke with Joe. Whew, all this information. A little map because you can choose your route for your private photo session that we did Magic Kingdom for. We chose route number 2. We went to Beauty and the Beast, we went to Be Our Guest restaurant, obviously the castle. Also Enchanted Tales with Belle and Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid is on there, but we skipped those. We just did the castle and Be Our Guest. Which, if we go back...
Oh, they all come with Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, they all start
So all we did was Magic Kingdom and Be Our Guest.
Yeah, because I told Jaime that we wanted to focus on the castle. When we go back, I would like to do Route 1, which is you get the castle, you get the teacups.
The carousels are usually
the carousel, that's what I meant. Yeah, the carousel, the teacups. They send you pre-planning. They have lists and lists and lists of their Disney, what are they called? Like their Disney preferred vendors. That's what it is. And that's where we found our Reverend Glynn. He was amazing. He even did our Greek crowning ceremony. He did that beautifully. Everybody loved him. They came up to us at the reception and said how amazing of a job he did. And I agree. He was just awesome. Yeah. Our photographer, Ali and Jaime, they were... That's the combo right there. Ali and Jaime, that is the combo.
Dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo. They just... Please check them out. Check out our Instagram. I'll link that in the description below. But I can't even begin to thank them enough. And I can't remember if I said our wedding planner's name yet. Carol. I don't know what I would have done without her. She was always there, taking care of everything, anything we needed, any questions. I can't really think of anything else we need to go over about planning your Disney wedding. What else? Definitely get a good night's sleep the night before the wedding. I was asleep by 9 o'clock and woke up at like 3, so I woke up at 4 and was asleep by 8 or 9, so I got like 7 or 8 hours of sleep. So did you, except you woke up like an hour later than I did. We also took dance lessons to prepare for our first dance.
Yeah, I'm glad we did that because that was the number one thing that made me most nervous for the wedding.
The dance?
Yeah, the dance. I didn't, my whole life, even growing up, the dance and then repeating what the Reverend tells you to repeat, those are my 2 most nervous things, but obviously taking the classes helped me with that, and I was actually confident.
Yes.
I don't dance. I had never thought in my life I'd ever be taking dance classes.
We started dance lessons only 5 weeks before the wedding, and we were going twice a week, and our dance was fully choreographed. It's actually on our YouTube channel as well if you want to check it out. I mean, I was pretty surprised with how it turned out. I was really, really happy with it.
Before we did the dance lesson, she was wanting us to do that.
Oh, I've always wanted to do the Dirty Dancing dance, but the reason we didn't is because my dress was long and tight, and if you're not going to do the lift, why even do the dance? So I didn't think we could pull off the lift in that dress. So we ended up doing a different, just a choreographed dance for us to the song Unchained Melody.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else other than just enjoy the time. Enjoy it, document what you can. Put your phone down the day of the wedding. We didn't even know where our phones were most of the day. I think
that's another thing that they did a really good job of. They made sure that we were in the moment.
Yes.
And enjoying it, and we weren't distracted by any kind of family problems or whatever it was. They did a really good job with that.
Yes, they did. Literally everything. I can't think of one thing that I'm like, oh, I wasn't happy with this. That Disney did.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope we helped even just a little bit in your journey. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. We to clarify on anything, if we left anything out, which I'm sure we did. There's so much that goes into planning a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
But good luck and stay safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave us a comment.
Yep, leave a comment. We will always see it and reply.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.